Hey everyone, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've made one of these videos, but there has been a reason, and I will tell you about it. Um, so there's a fire just north of Chihuahua, and I got caught up in it, and my feet got burnt, and my bike got burnt, and my phone got burnt, so it makes it really hard to make videos without a phone. So I had to spend about 6 days in Chihuahua, um, recovering, just letting the blisters on my feet. I've got some scars here now, that kind of remind me of the incident and to be safe. But yeah, so I had to wait about 6 days just for the blisters to go down enough to put my shoes back on. Not to mention I need to get new shoes because mine got burnt. I lost my shoes, my bibs, my jersey, my helmet, bags, my back bags, sleeping bag, a lot of things. A lot of things went up in smoke with that fire. So I spent about 6 days helping a guy named Sergio with his business, setting up tents and stuff like that while my feet recovered. I spent 6 days in Chihuahua barefoot because I just couldn't put shoes on. So that was fun and interesting, all the like. But yeah, the last video that I made, I was in Nuevos Casas Grandes, which is it's a considerable distance away from here, and a lot has happened since then. So, getting past the fire incident, I went to a place called Zona de Silencio, where I got to see lots of cool animals and plants, and there's a couple of meteorite impacts that you can't see from the ground. You have to go up high on this mountain that's pretty close to the mountain hill. And that's pretty close to it. You can look down, you can actually see how they hit and where they are and the circumference around it. It was actually really cool. Had a really cool meditation there where I received some beautiful blessings from some beautiful souls. And so past there, I went from Zona de Silencio for my longest ride I've ever done, did 160 kilometers in one day, which was really cool, which is 100 miles if we're using miles here. And yeah, so that was actually really, really cool for me. I'm gonna close this. I think it's making things sound weird. Alright, cool. Yeah, much less echo. Anyhow, yeah, I've experienced a lot of wind, a lot of headwind, man. Like Chihuahua is really flat and straight. Whenever it's flat and straight and you have a headwind, pretty much the duration of the day, it makes things really complicated. And I caught myself getting really frustrated in some points of the trip because of that. So there's a few lessons I wish to share with you all that I've learned on my trip. And the first one is being we can't fight the elements. Like, we can work with them, we can resist them. Now, if we're using the elements as a metaphor here, think about like the elements as any challenge you have in your life, right? So, excuse me, if we have any challenges, and we are fighting them. We're creating resistance from within. Not only do we have resistance from without, but we have resistance from within as well. So it creates this really grinding, agitating situation where if we can acknowledge the fact that we're creating resistance and move forward beyond it and just deal with the challenge as it comes, accept it as it is, then things get a lot easier. I promise. So that's number one. Number two is just how much kindness there is in the world. It's quite beautiful actually. So I've come to notice this because people have been helping me a lot. But people can't help you unless they know you need help. So there's a couple of lessons in that one. One, if you need help, ask for it. It's out there for you to receive, but they don't know you need it if you don't tell them. And secondly, the world is filled with kindness and beauty and wonderful humans. So it's not as bad as it's made out to be. And I've witnessed it firsthand. And I mean, in my journal here, I've been writing all the acts of kindness, all the things, all the spiritual lessons I've been learning. I'm up to 56 acts of kindness in like seven, not even seven, yeah, like 6.5 weeks. That's like an act a day. That's incredible. That's. I mean, these are ranging from people just asking if I'm all right to actually giving me food and water and fuel to cook with and helping me map out my trip and a beautiful soul in Torreon named Valeria Mendoza, wherever you are, thank you very much. Actually gave me her cell phone, not like a cell phone, her cell phone when I'm recording this on, to continue on doing my video stuff. So to you, wherever you are, thank you very, 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 very much for that. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of kindness, there's a lot of beauty. And sometimes the answers, so the next point is sometimes the answers come from without. You can ask somebody for advice and you'll get it. Other times the answers come from within. And that's listening to your inner voice. It's listening to the you inside of you, the you that's in your heart space. Not the one that says, I think I want this and I want that and I don't like this. That's a different version of you. It's you. But if you can listen to the you that has your best interests in mind, then things become a little less thought driven and a little more feeling based. And that is powerful. So I've been relying on that exclusively for answers regarding what do I do, where am I going to go. I mean, I've even had a had a fork in the road, a literal fork in the road. If you go this way to Delicias or this way to Mayoki, and I sat, silenced myself a little bit, and asked, like, which way should I go? And that voice inside said, well, if you go to Delicias, you'll go to Delicias. But if you go to Mayoki, you'll have an incredible experience. And I followed that voice, and guess what? I had an incredible experience. I met these couple people drove by, asked me, hey, where are you going? What are you doing? I told them, and they put me up in a hotel for the night. They gave me new shorts and a new jersey, and they got me food, and they found me places to stay and showed me around. I mean, I'm telling you, like, the experience was incredible. I couldn't have foreseen what exactly was going on. It was amazing. And that was all just listening to that voice inside. So if you have any difficulty in your life and you're really trying to figure it out, don't ask, I mean, yeah, getting advice from others is useful sometimes, but the person that knows you best is you. And if you can tap into that higher self, the one that has your best interests in mind, then you'll realize that you have all the answers, that you had all the answers all along. So that's the next big one. This one's more of a personal thing that I have been curious about, because a lot of the things I've been learning lots of stuff to help people and how I can help them and learning about the people that I'm trying to help. But one of my main messages, and this is something that I'll just be pretty much living on for, I don't know, the foreseeable future, is that I'm teaching people how to live, or how to, my message is that we open our heart to unconditional love, and that suffering is created in the mind. So if we can open our heart to unconditional love, relinquish our suffering through our mind for the betterment of everybody else around us, not just for ourselves, then as I was told in the meditation by some of the ascended masters, that is the path to enlightenment. So for me, that is something I'm very, very interested in, and will continue on this path, as challenging as it may be from time to time. So, big messages, big points. I know some of you probably like, well, it's easier said than done, and yeah, it is. It is easier said than done. But it can be done. And that's the beauty of it, right? So we all take this time, take this opportunity for growth, whatever opportunities. You don't have to be going on a gigantic bike ride. You could be just being kind to people at work, or people on the street, or helping your family out, or doing little things. But if everybody helps somebody else, nobody needs help anymore. Think about that. That's one that I've really resonated with quite a lot in my life. So these are big messages, big points, and I'm going to continue to learn stuff like this and pass it all on to you. So potentially you'll have some more resources in your tool belt, more pages from my book that you can take, and we can all grow together through this experience. So I kind of just want to give you a little bit of an update of where I've been, what I'm doing, and where I'm going, and then we'll cut this off from there. So I've gone from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Parras in Chihuahua, which is, as we speak, 1,743 kilometers, which is like 1,089 miles. It's not as far as I'd expected to get, but expectations breed disappointment, so we're just gonna leave that one alone. But yeah, so it's over 1,000 miles, or 1,700 kilometers, which for me is the most I've ever done in my life. So it's all a win from here on out. So I'm in Parras now. I'll be heading to Saltillo from here, where I'll catch up with a friend, Jorge, that I met in Delicias. And from Saltillo, heading south to Real 14, which is a place where I can learn some plant medicine stuff, which I'm really excited about. And from Real 14, I'll be heading to San Luis Potosi, which is just east of Zacatecas. And yeah, so that's kind of the next couple of weeks, I guess, couple of weeks of cycling for me. I am looking forward to a lot of what I'm learning. The scenery is changing quite a bit. I crossed the Chihuahuan Desert diagonally, which is literally the longest way you could do it. Like, it's really big as it is, and I went the long way, like I typically tend to do. So that's all happened. Lots of cool spiritual messages coming through, lots of channeling, lots of meditation, and more so, it is easier to say these kinds of things, but we need to put the work in. Not always hard work, but we do need to put the work in so we can embody these messages, these teachings that we're learning, and express them to other people, like I am doing for you all now. So I'm going to continue on this journey, continue to keep trying, continue to keep doing what it is that I know is part of my soul purpose, and that is to teach others how to live in their hearts and to appreciate every situation as a way to learn, and not just get caught up in that cyclical thought, oh, this is happening to me, victim mentality kind of thing. So yes, one other quick little thing. Those of you that have donated through GoFundMe and Patreon, thank you very, 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 very much for those donations. That's actually keeping me fed and healthy and all of that important stuff. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You know, sleeping under bridges is doable, but getting a room like this every now and then is awesome. So to those of you that have already donated, thank you kindly for that. And for those of you that wish to donate, you can go to GoFundMe.com, search for Follow Your Heart to Happiness Ride, and you'll see my page. And alternatively, you can go to Patreon.com and search for The Cycling Custodian, and you'll also see my page there as well. So, for those of you that have already donated, thank you. And for those of you that will donate in the future, thank you in advance. And that does it for now, but you'll be hearing more from me in the future. So thank you all very much. I really do appreciate you. I love you with all of my heart. And until next time, many blessings all.